Hello. Today I'm planning on talking about, well, you already read the title, so you kind of already know what we're going to talk about today. But today I'm going to talk about, like, people, these things, these AI, you could say, that have, been plaguing and popping up around YouTube. If you don't live under a rock, they essentially say a variety of different things in these, comments, from anime drill rap. What the fuck, to mass comment spam in a particular comment reply. Attached to all of these comments, though, obviously, is a link to a specific video or channel that's unrelated to the comment bot. But before we get into the schmeat of this shit, as I like to say, let's talk about the history of comment bots. Based on some research that, your boy did, the oldest post I could find about YouTube comment bots, at least talking about them, seemed to be from 5 years ago. The history of YouTube comment bots, obviously, or just bots in general, are pretty simplistic based on my knowledge. A few years ago, before commenting bots were popular, view count bots or subscriber bots would be used to obviously increase your views or subscribers artificially. Usually you would pay a person and then they would know how to set up bot accounts to either subscribe or watch a specific video made by you. Of course, this is still used sometimes now. It's not like this just disappeared off the face of the earth. But clearly comment bots have become more relevant, at least I think. In the past year or two, these comment bots have seemed to start taking over YouTube's comment section. YouTubers like Penguin Z and Jacksepticeye have had their comment sections plagued with bots. I personally find this shit extremely aggravating because it ruins the YouTube experience, if you want to call it that. I don't really know what else to call it. And generally just gives me a bad taste in my mouth. Some of you might even be wondering how the hell these comment bots even came into existence. Well, because I'm not trying to spread this disease. Simply put, they use the lines of Python or whatever kind of code, really, to have them automatically comment on all the videos they can find in their specific niche. This means that the bots can comment on a wide database of videos to get views and subs, and that's essentially how they make and use the bots. This is so aggravating to me because I've literally found videos when looking for information. Obviously, I found videos of just lists and lists on how to make YouTube comment bots. I just don't think people understand how fucking annoying it is for everyone else. And to my own surprise, it is working when you click on these links and you go to their channels, because someone needs to find out what the hell they actually are. But it's surprising because they actually are getting more views and it's working, but it's just such a fucking bad way of doing it, because you're gonna garner a lot more hate from doing that than you are any kind of positive fan base, in my opinion. At least that's how I view it. Something that is genuinely concerning for me, at least, is that some of these bots are becoming more prevalent and famed, I guess, for to not click on. They have specifics that make it so don't fucking click on them. Some include probably ones you've seen, as the Logan Calls bot, Mr. Beast giveaway bot, the Tom bot, and some others. There's probably another one called Ted, I'm pretty sure. Some more specialized bots in the idea of what they're commenting, which are much shittier, are bots with custom comments. An example, which I couldn't find a screenshot for, probably because they got wiped from the face of the earth finally, would be the quote-unquote, or quoted, Jacksepticeye's dad is burning in hell comment that these pieces of fucking garbage have been posting under comment sections just recently. There's been multiple comments like this now, honestly, targeting specific events related to a YouTuber that has experienced tragedy recently. And if you ask me, it's fucking disgusting that this is how people are trying to gather views and subs on YouTube now. How desperate do you have to be to literally attack someone's family member or someone's friend or whatever the fuck? How do you feel it's okay to personally attack someone just for that one click or that one view or that one sub? And 9 times out of 10 it doesn't work, because it's simply hate that they're being given. it's just, I don't fuck it boggles my mind to understand why people do the things they do with the YouTube bots. Because I honestly, it's one thing to like bot views and bot like subs, but it's another thing to like personally attack another YouTuber just for being another YouTuber. Like, that's fucking bonkers to me. Some of you might be asking, how the fuck are people actually willing to click on these links and shit? The only answer I have, honestly, is that they're either A, overly curious for like no reason, or they click on a link to try and find a video to hate on. A good example would be like, I don't know, let's say some comment bot was hating on your favorite YouTuber and you're like, yo, what the fuck? And you clicked on his link to go find a video to hate on. That's essentially how people actually click on this shit. Smaller YouTubers like myself, I feel like you're at such a high risk to these Terminator looking asses, as I like to say, because of the way these bots work, right? At first look, at one of these bots commenting on your channel, you would think it's just a simple spammer looking for views and subscribers. But people have reportedly had their account info taken and used from replying to these bots. You know, the reason this is more riskier than, say, like popular YouTubers, the best explanation I have is because bigger YouTubers have a larger comment section, which inherently makes it so it's harder to find these bots, or it's less likely. And for smaller YouTubers, this comment might be their only comment on their video and will end up being the comment they see, at least in what I think. The other reason that I didn't mention was, the other reason why this was also such a big issue is because, at least for me, like the smallest bit of feedback I can find on my videos is really like motivation factor, and you want to reply to it. And I actively remember getting one of the Logan comments back when they were still like up, and literally like replying to it and being like, yay. And then I looked online, or I looked at his account and shit. I was like, oh, this is a bot, and then immediately shut it down. But it's just, I feel like it's such a high risk because let's say you have younger children that are doing YouTube, and they click on this and they're like, yo, got feedback finally, you know, and now they have their fucking account yoinked, essentially, which is sad to see, honestly. But yeah, that's how smaller YouTubers are at risk. As I might have already stated, some people may think this isn't like a bad thing, like the bots aren't a bad thing, because hey, it's giving these YouTubers some engagement, right? And while that may be true, a lot of these spam bots will post links in the comment sections, you know, such as like hotsexybabybitches.com, which is really bad for some of those down bad folks who actually do click on those links, and you know, they end up getting viruses, as I've already stated. But in all seriousness, sometimes you just accidentally click on these links and they can cost you a lot. Sometimes these bots will make an account that look like the YouTuber's account, like Mr. Beast giveaway video, and some unsuspecting viewer will click on that link thinking it's just their favorite YouTuber and that they're just supporting their favorite YouTuber, when in fact they just clicked on a link and maybe signed up for something that can cost them a lot, just from not knowing what the actual case is. I also would like to say, from a moral standpoint, this is fucking awful, because it's not just like small like links and like wow, you know, and while those do exist, it's escalating. It's like, it's now fucking targeting people, which is ridiculous, but pretty common sense as to why it's bad. Don't be a fucking idiot. Something that might be on all of our minds is, why the hell hasn't this been stopped by YouTube yet? And to be honest, I don't really have a solid answer for that. Based on like the littlest bit of looking up, the bots are against TOS on YouTube and are a general fucking nuisance. But YouTube doesn't seem to be doing jack shit about them. So I honestly don't have an answer for why they haven't been stopped. To be fair though, they have gotten rid of the Logan bots. It's just the speed at which they're getting rid of them is much too slow for it to actually be worthwhile. How can you combat against them, right? One thing you can do to combat against these bots is, when you see these bots in comments, just hover over the comment, look to the right, you'll see 3 little dots. Click on that, you'll see a couple of options. One is hide user from channel. Now, this won't help solve like the main kind of picture. It will only help with them not commenting on your channel specifically. To help with like the main big issue, right, which is that they plague the whole fucking site. Before you click hide user from channel, click report and report these accounts. This will help with getting them banned, getting them off the site, and just generally having a temporary fix for some of these bots before YouTube goes and shuts them down, maybe. Now for YouTube viewers, like people that are viewing another channel, again, all you gotta do is report them, and it's not gonna solve the problem like forever, but it can temporarily help with it, which is better than doing nothing. So yeah, all in all, I think it's a really big flaw in YouTube, the comment bots, that needs to be stopped soon. Spam comments can be really bad for smaller channels that are just trying to get their feet off the ground, and even big channels that are getting hate comments. All in all, I think this is just a big problem, and hope that YouTube stops smoking crack and provides some more solutions to these bots. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe if you're a new viewer. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for staying and just like the video. It helps me a lot. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.